everyone, Amanda Shante here and welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video. For today's video, it is going to be another story time. I'm going to tell you guys the one and only time, because it ain't happening again. Someone tried to break into my car while I was in it. So if you guys want to hear about a time someone tried to kidnap me, keep on watching. So this happened in the fall of 2011. I had just graduated high school and I was doing my first semester at La Sierra University in Riverside, and I was dorming there. So I would come home on the weekends and then go to school during the week. So it was at that transition where I was coming home from the weekend from Orange County. So it was like Sunday night or Saturday night. And it was pretty late. It was probably around 11:30, maybe 12. And to get into our dormitories, you have to have a key. Like, you cannot get into the parking lot, which is connected to the dorm, unless you have a key. And I'm going to go into the parking garage like I always do. And as I'm digging through my purse, I look in my rear view and I see a man. And I kind of quickly look down because nothing's ever happened at this school before. Like, I'm cool, I'm safe, I'm chilling. So I kind of disregard him and I just continue to look through my bag for my key. And I finally find my key and I pull it out to scan the card, and the guy's gone. So I'm like, oh, it was nothing. It was probably just a student on his bike at night. So I go inside of the parking garage and I find one parking spot in the front. And I was like, because that shit was hard to find in the front. So I found that, I did my little dance, but then something told me not to get out of the car. Something was like, so I wait for about 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. By that 30th second, that guy, he followed me into the parking garage, and I see him coming up to my driver's seat window, and I was like, Amanda, don't panic. Don't let this guy scare you. So he walks his little ass up to my fucking window, and I look at him like, and he goes like this, meaning, can you roll your window down? I'm like, he must be smoking crack. I ain't rolling my window down for shit. Like, I rolled my window down probably not even this much. It was probably like that much. I say, yes. And he goes, oh, that's all you're gonna roll it down to? You're not gonna roll it down more? And I'm like, can you hear my voice? And he said yes. And I said, well, then there's no reason for me to roll it down any further. And he quickly moved on to the next subject. And he says, so what's your name? And mind you, he's not an elderly man, so I wasn't feeling super scared. He had to be probably like 21, maybe 22. At this point in my life, I was 18 years old. I'm still a youngin', you know? I was still taken aback a little bit, but I wasn't like, oh my god, like, this creeper old man. Like, I was just like, oh, maybe he's a student here. It's a fucking university. Like, so then he asks me what my name is, and I'm thinking, I'm not gonna give you my real name. I'm not stupid. I tell him my middle name. I'm just like, oh, my name's Shante. Whatever. No one, at that time, no one knew what my middle name was. No, I was just like, let me shoot that at him. So I say, oh, my name's Shante. And he's like, oh, well, my name is Paul or something. I don't even remember. And he was like, can we be friends? And I was like, okay, maybe he has like mental disabilities or something, so I'm gonna just like play into it. So I was just like, yeah, sure, we could be friends, whatever, like, that's chill. Right after I say yes, we could be friends, this man gets closer to my window and tries to stick his hand in my window and push it down with full force, like full fucking force. Mind you, I never turned my car off. I never got out and I never turned my car off. So my car was still running this whole entire time. The second that motherfucker touched my window, I didn't even care if I was gonna hit him. I put my car in reverse so fast. I slammed on that fucking gas and I ran over his bike. Don't give a fuck. And I'm swerving back to the gate. Mind you, the gate is old as fuck. It is rickety AF, crackly, crickly, whatever. I get to the gate and I'm like, shit, I still have to open up this slow granny gate. So I'm like digging back for my card. I grab it, I'm looking, I don't see the guy because I think I startled his ass with his bike, just like seeing if that shit's okay. So I'm like, okay, good. I bought myself like at least 20 seconds. Like, come on, bitch. So I scan the card, the gate. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm just like, ah! So it's moving this slow. As it's moving like 2 inches per second, I'm pulling my car like right up to the gate. So I'm getting closer to the gate so I can squeeze my car out, and I turn and I see this bitch is coming on his bike. So I just push through that shit. My side view window, I hit that shit. I don't even give a fuck, and I curve my ass all the way up to the hill towards the boys' dorm till I can see like a security person. I stopped in the middle of the street. I ran out. I stopped in the middle of the street. I ran out. I didn't even scream or anything. I just kind of walked like with a purpose, like, bitch, like, you better not move. I'm walking with the purpose, and I'm like, sir, there's a guy who followed me into my dorm. And when I say follow me into my dorm, that security guard knows what I'm talking about. He knows that no one can get into that parking lot unless you have a fucking key. Even if you are a student but you do not dorm, you don't have a key. So he knew right when I said someone followed me that that was not something that should be happening. Goes us back down to the girls' dorm, and I take him exactly to where I parked and where everything happened. The guy is gone. His bike that I broke a piece of his bike off, was still in the same spot. He probably made it out of the gate by the time my car was out because it's slow, remember? So he probably got out, but he was carrying his bike for sure. He was not on that bitch. So then me and the security guy, we kind of stroll around the campus for like 30-40 minutes to see if we could see the guy. Because I have a really good memory. If you fuck with me, I'm coming for that ass. I gave him a description to the T. I even told him what that motherfucker was eating. He was eating some baked hot Cheeto chips. So the security guy tells me to give him a description. I give him that A1 description. I go back to my dorm. I can't sleep. My dorm was on the side where you can look into the parking lot. So the whole night I'm like peeking through my window. I got no sleep. I just kept looking. Did he follow me? So then the next day I go to follow up with the security people to see if they caught him. And apparently they did catch him because he followed another girl in after me. And they caught him then because that bitch wasn't playing no games either. She was like, hell nah. Like, no. 12 o'clock at night, we're trying to go into our dorms in peace with the peace of mind that we're safe at our school. And this motherfucker came in and broke that peace. Like, I can tell you I never felt the same about that parking lot ever again. Like, I never came home later than like 10 o'clock. Like, my ass was in my dorm or I was with people. Like, I was never alone anymore. Later than like 10 o'clock, like, my ass was in my dorm or I was with people. Like, I was never alone anymore. I never stayed home that late anymore and came back that late. Like, I was home by like 9. Hell no, that's never happening again. But that was the story of the time I feel like I could have been kidnapped or raped or whatever. I don't know. He was trying to do something. But good thing he got caught and all the rest of the girls didn't have to experience what me and that one other girl did have to, unfortunately, experience. But moral of the story, just be very, very aware of your surroundings, you guys. You know, better safe than sorry. So be observant. I hope you guys enjoyed that story time. Remember, you can follow me on Instagram, thatgirlpanda, no spaces. You can also follow me on Snapchat, thatgirlpanda, no spaces. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.